Oklahoma veterans. You served your country honorably once while you wore the cloth of our nation. We are asking you to wear it again proudly as a member of the American Legion of Oklahoma. The American Legion is part of the nation's largest and most influential network of veterans, families, and communities, from budget hearings to baseball diamonds, from combat outposts to children's hospitals. Together, we make a difference. The American Legion provides life-changing assistance and guidance for veterans, military personnel, their families, and communities in thousands of ways each and every day around the world. Help comes in the form of personal assistance, cash grants, donated goods, disaster relief, labor, networking, volunteerism, and advocacy. The American Legion is for God and country, but the American Legion is also for you. Please contact a local post today.
Hey, Tokelahoma, it's Tracy.
And Larry Reed, the man on weed. And here we are at the July, whatever the date is today. It's today. It's a glorious 15th. Thing. 15th, there we go. And we're here at Tokelahoma, and we've got a tremendous room of guests here.
We do.
We've got Karen Schobert. We've got Kim Hughes, we've got Michael Miller, and we've got Steve Miller.
Yes.
Yes.
I like it. Thanks for coming in. And we were just having a very grassroots conversation about just community and cannabis and just how we are all trying to do things and try to just change our community in a better way. And so instead of having Karen on and then them on, I just kind of wanted to do it organically, and we're just going to keep continuing the conversation. So,
because it all kind of wraps together. We've got the Walk for Cannabis Awareness that's going to go on July 17th, which is this Saturday. We're going to kick off we're going to start at Relax Park, get in the bus, and go to Scissortail Park, and then we're going to walk back to Relax Park for Huevos and Rancheros or whatever we're going to do back there, right? That's something.
Well, lots of speakers.
Yeah, tell us more about that.
We're Walk for Cannabis Awareness. We're trying to raise awareness, erase the stigma, and raise money for cannabis research and education. And we're all excited that it's this Saturday already.
So close.
Yes.
Yeah, but we have a whole day of events. We have the walk, of course, but then we have speakers speaking, telling their testimonies.
Education.
Educating each other about cannabis. And
yes.
We're trying to help break the stigma by, one, showing that it is medicine, and two, showing that people that use it are, good people.
Right. And I like that there's a physical activity into it, too, because that's such a balance, right? We always talk about how it helps our mental health, but you guys bringing in the physical health really makes me happy.
Yeah.
Good.
Plus, it's, usually an awareness walk,
Right.
And I remember doing them when I was younger. My mom would try to find all these walks that we could do to get us out of the house, probably make us tired so we go to sleep that night.
That's exactly why we do it.
Yeah, that's it.
We have self-care area as well as the walk. So after the walk, we have facials, massage, singing bowls, aromatherapy.
Wait, singing?
What is a singing bowl?
Yeah, what?
The noise, vibration.
I was watching Tina Turner do that on TV.
And we do have yoga before the walk too, that if anybody wants to do yoga.
What time is that?
8 o'clock.
Okay.
In the park, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the whole cannabis awareness walk, and then we've got Karen here, who is part of the awareness that you have no affiliation with the people that we're about to talk to or anything like that, but it's something that you became aware of because of your story. Tell us a little bit about that.
You wanted about these?
The how you became involved with the.
I kind of became involved with just advocacy in general because of my husband's situation, with his cancer battle and beating cancer and now surviving almost 24 months, 2 years.
But how did he survive cancer?
He took RSO with his chemo, and I don't know if I have to do that FDA thing. I'm not saying
No, I don't think they're really watching here.
I have a friend that works
just
at
the
FDA,
CIA and the FBI.
and she's got a badge, and I,
it was the only thing Rick did, other than that infusion chemo. He didn't do anything else. He didn't take any other pills, drugs, or anything. That was RSO and chemo. And as they told us, the chemo originally would have been 24 months of chemo, and then we would take a break, and he'd start doing radiation, and we'd see where we were. With the RSO, He started chemo in March. He was finished with it in September, and they were just removing the residual matter that was left behind from the tumors that he had in his liver and in his colon. And he had very little of his liver removed, and he had just a little kind of splice job done on his colon. It could have been worse. When we started this, they were telling us, we're going to take half your liver, we're going to hack your colon, you're going to wear a bag for it. And we were just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But going this route between the Cancer Treatment Centers of America's plan and the RSO, there's nothing else. That was all that was done. So, and they were even amazed, I think, by the test results. They'd have to test Rick 2 or 3 times to make sure that that cancer marker number really was what it was, because after a chemo or 2 chemo infusions, it usually is not this low, or his immunity levels. They would say, you can't have an immunity level this high. You're in chemo. And he's well, that's it. That's... So we told them what we were doing. They were on board with, they did not deter any patient if they wanted to use cannabis, part of their journey through cancer, absolutely. They had just not known really what RSO was. And they also, encouraged them to use psilocybin and stuff like that in their cancer journey. So I knew they were open to other ideas of healing. So
Plants.
There you go.
yes, plant-based medicine, and that was something that they talked about a lot. So that's how I got into it. I managed a dispensary for 3 years. I was always kind of active and making in 788, and when they did the Unity Bill, I was always attracted to that. My education background is in law. So I was a housewife and raised kids for all those years. That's how I used my law degree.
And
There
she's
you
a
go.
Jersey
And
girl.
I'm from South Jersey. So
And July 17th, you need to come out to the park. We're gonna take a quick break here, but we'll come back with more Karen and everybody from the Cannabis Awareness. What's the official name? Cannabis Awareness Walk.
Walk for Cannabis Awareness.
Walk for Cannabis Awareness to the WCA.
We are the Cannabis Awareness Coalition.
Yes.
There you go.
Nonprofit
Yeah.
excellent.
Cannabis Coalition.
Awesome.
Okay.
We'll be right
So
back.
we'll be right back.
Oklahoma veterans, you served your country honorably once while you wore the cloth of our nation. We are asking you to wear it again proudly as a member of the American Legion of Oklahoma. The American Legion is part of the nation's largest and most influential network of veterans, families, and communities, from budget hearings to baseball diamonds, from combat outposts to children's hospitals. Together, we make a difference. The American Legion provides life-changing assistance and guidance for veterans, military personnel, their families, and communities in thousands of ways each and every day around the world. Help comes in the form of personal assistance, cash grants, donated goods, disaster relief, labor, networking, volunteerism, and advocacy. The American Legion is for God and country, but the American Legion is also for you. Please contact a local post today.
Hey, Tokelahoma, we're back, and they were just bonding over being Jersey.
Yes.
There you go, Jersey in the
right.
house. You got to look
Yes.
out now. The talk of sweet corn will soon ring through the
Jersey
air.
tomatoes.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that is.
The,
I miss that. I miss that stuff a lot.
And so we're really talking about community here, which
Yes.
is we've got the Cannabis Awareness Walk going on July 17th. I didn't get the name right. Just come out to the park, right?
Yes.
Tell
Right.
us
Yeah.
a little
We'll be
bit
there
more.
all day, right? People will be there all day?
Yes.
Yeah, come out to Relax
Yeah.
Park. There are shuttles going from Relax Park to the
Scissortail.
Scissortail Park.
Yeah, registration's at 8.
It's
And
like a
everything's
limo
$5,
shuttle
right?
is one of them.
Yes.
$5.
$5 to walk.
It's
$5.
actually free.
It's free.
Free.
It's free to come to the event.
Okay.
It's $5
Yeah.
to walk.
All right, and it's
It's
kid friendly,
$5 you
right?
get
And it is
T-shirt.
kid friendly. We have a total family area. like a
Gotcha.
smoke-free zone, family area. We've got lots of stuff going on with that.
That's great because I don't have my kids this weekend, but if I did, like I don't go to a lot of events because I have my kids.
Yeah.
So when you guys said that, I was like, wow, like they're thinking that far ahead. You know, I appreciate it and I'm thankful.
You know, we have a patient drive for all ages. So
Awesome.
you
Yeah,
know,
we have 2 doctors.
a lot of our
on-
speakers are adolescent patients, you know, and so
I
we're,
love the kids.
Yeah.
you know, we have to think that way, you know. And
Right.
part of breaking the stigma
Is
you know,
how would have our childhoods changed if we were allowed to use cannabis, right?
right?
You know, think like that.
So
like
much.
that's yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
used
For me,
it.
legally.
Just
Right,
didn't-
exactly. Same. I was in
did-
6th
I
grade
did-
the first time I did it.
I was a
I
great
don't-
student too, by the way.
Yeah, same.
Smoking that weed in high
No, I
school.
was
I was. You know, teachers
But
would
we
be
were
amazed.
criminals, right?
yeah.
Within the law,
Yes.
but it was
Yes.
more.
Yes.
The law was morally wrong.
I'd
Right.
call us
Correct.
renegades. Just
Yep,
renegade.
outlaws.
That's
What
just
else?
so renegade.
All right.
And so one of the things that's going to happen at the walk is the same thing that's happening here in this room is the bonding, the sharing of ideas, and there's a platform, there's a movement in the area, the Oklahomans for Reasonable Cannabis Action, otherwise known as ORCA, and somehow Karen shows up here today to talk about it, though you have nothing to do actually with the party. So you're really a voice of us in there,
Kinda,
or
yeah.
a mind as an individual
Yes.
sharing how you see on it, and that's what we're kind of encouraging
Yes.
for the entire program. And if you go to their website, which I believe is the same thing,
Oklahoma.com.
okay,
Awesome.
everything is there. There's
Yes.
even a spot to put in your
Comments
your
and-
comments and
yes.
concerns there. So tell us a little bit about what you found in there.
Okay, well, it's an initiative petition that they are forming now. Public comment section, as far as ideas and stuff that you might want to change about it, is open till the 28th of this month. So if you've got any, you read it, you think something can be improved, or you think maybe there's something missing that you might like to have addressed, send an email off to them and they'll,
Right.
review it and stuff. The petition is going to be the Oklahoma Cannabis, I believe, Enforcement and Transparency Act. And basically it is changing who OMMA is, that rule there of them. And right now I think there's some mismanagement issues within the OMMA. 'cause
Which
it's
is
just
very
not working.
consistent in the government.
period.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a libertarian show. You're preaching to the choir here. That's really,
Been there, done that.
They take away a lot of that fractured, okay, well, you've got these rules here and you got these rules here and
Yeah.
you got to go all over the place. And creating a commission. They want to create a commission, which, being in Jersey, I was really for, because they had the casino commission in Atlantic City, and that kind of regulated the casino industry without involving the state to be able to constantly come in and change it.
Right.
A commission kind of governed it and changed things.
Yeah.
It's not something that people always agreed with. There was, but it was to prevent, actually, believe it or not, the mob from getting into the casino industry.
Yeah.
And had regulations.
Yeah.
No, it didn't
didn't
work.
work. And so,
And
as
our
the
biggest
vote
mob is the
libertarian.
government.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So, and that took it away from the state really as well. So, but it worked. But let's see my notes here, man. There's a lot. Everybody should just read it themselves.
Yeah.
really,
what'd you say about the
form your own
veteran
opinion.
thing? Because I like that.
In the part where they have the section with what they would want to charge for licenses and stuff, basically all the commercial licenses are still $2,500. They've added a couple. They've added one for a transport license, not a transport card. That's what they have now for $100 is a transport license. And they added a research license. They added a doctor that does the recommendations. They have to have a certain fee, a license now to do that for this program. And then patient licenses, of course, it's $100. That stayed the same. But the $20 fee that they have for people that are in Medicaid, Medicare, Sooner Care, and then as it stands now, disabled veterans can get one for $20, and you have to have a degree of disability to get that $20 card. In this, it just says vets, so veterans, period. So
I
that's
like that.
all veterans.
That's great.
So
That's
Yes,
great.
because
there's no disability.
Again, with the VA and its government care, like I was telling Karen, there's rangers, snipers, Marines who have deployed multiple times and don't have a rating. Why? They don't go to the doctor, so it's not documented. So they were like, hey, I have PTSD. Well, it's not documented. So they might have it, but they might not have the rating. So this, in my world, is a good thing, for sure.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that with us
It does it
today.
to a lot of people because, and you know, I mean, it's still keeping the medical program to a degree, but it creates something that's adult use. You know, you don't have to have a license for. They've changed taxes, different tax rates in it. The one thing that I was very impressed with is the 1.5% tax that they're going to use for research. Because research I'm into, I'm really
Me
into
too.
it here.
I really am too.
Not enough is done, and
Right.
it brings in the possibility of a great amount of tax revenue
And
to
the
the
federal
state. We can do
government
that.
isn't doing it, or they're not sharing it with us, right?
No, they will not
Right.
share it.
So
with
if we keep it in-house, in-state, then we have options.
There are tons of research studies done by the federal government. And every time, and through the Freedom of Information Act,
Yes.
I've sent for many of these studies and been told and denied that I could have them. So this way,
She's so smart.
we can start Oklahoma research here, and we can do it. And the spin for the government is we're going to bring you in lots
And
of
we
tax
have all
dollars
the
to do it.
facilities
Right,
to
and-
do that.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do.
Right here, you test it right here in this
Yes.
facility, right?
There you go. So it's very, everybody needs to read it themselves,
Right.
take it in. You know, if you got questions, they can always hit me up on Facebook.
Awesome.
And
What's your Facebook?
Yeah.
just Karen Schobert. I'm not elaborate. My email address, everybody's like, that's just the lamest email. I know, I'm not creative. When I'm going for this, I got other shit going, stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Oh, that's Karen. Colin Moto.
And
Sorry.
that's why we're
do
winning.
apologies.
That's why we're changing the world, changing the face of Oklahoma.
Yes.
And when we get back, we'll talk with the Walk for Cannabis Awareness and find out what made you all start this. So we'll be right back.
Empire Genetics is a advanced research program set forth under the 2018 Oklahoma Industrial Hemp Pilot Program, overseen by Northwestern Oklahoma State University. A lot of farmers reach out to us. They've heard about what we're doing and are interested and want to know what they've had growing on their land since they were kids. Oklahoma is very diverse in its weather system, and so these plants have adapted over the last several hundred years to withstand that. A lot of it was brought here by the U.S. Department of the Interior back as part of Hemp for Victory. Hemp for Victory was brought about with the loom of the coming World War. We knew that we were going to have to produce a very large amount of hemp to rig the ships for their sailing, for their ropes, for their anchors, also clothing, sailors' hats, our flags, everything was made from hemp. Marijuana wasn't made illegal until 1969. The USCSA classed marijuana in with other dangerous narcotics such as heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamines. The campaign to slander cannabis began back in the 20s, mainly with William Randolph Hearst and the paper mills. Then that transgressed into big oil. Later in the 30s and 40s, really gained steam. By late 1937, the Congress passed the Marijuana Tax Act, which grouped industrial hemp in with marijuana. After that, they gave the differentiated names, hemp, marijuana. While farmers were still allowed to grow, taxes were raised so heavily that it made it difficult, especially for lower income farmers. In 1940, when Hemp for Victory came to Oklahoma, they actually used Oklahoma as a test plot. Several genetics were shipped in from all around the world to see what would grow best on American soil, since Oklahoma has such a diverse climate. And it's very hard to find a lot of documentation on that. We know there was a lot of places, obviously, that were involved, or we wouldn't be finding cannabis in every county in Oklahoma. Hempire Genetics, sowing the seeds of the past to grow a better future for everyone. Visit us at hempiregenetics.com or on our social media pages at Hempire Genetics.
Look back online, this ain't GTA. I need to know what's the ETA. I had to hustle, I don't know no easy way.
Hey, Tokelahoma. All right, so everybody's on camera now. So what's up, guys?
Cool.
Hey!
We figured it out.
How do you do? How do you do?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
live with the
All right.
ambiance.
For the ambiance?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And so don't forget Saturday, we're going to get out there. Set your alarm clocks probably now. Talk to Siri, Alexa, whoever reminds
I'll be out there
you
by
about
7.
your life.
Just to help you guys set up.
It's early.
Yeah,
Get
I
in
like to
there.
set up.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
do
would be
too.
great.
Yes.
We'll be
Oklahoma
there by
mornings
7
are
to do that.
beautiful.
Awesome.
Yes,
They are very
All
good,
right.
especially
Yeah,
right
I've been
there.
on
In
days
the,
for sure.
And you got the Devon Tower right there in view, it's so beautiful, and Scissortail Park, and
It is pretty.
the
Yes.
city just
It's going to be great.
Our
Well,
city, OKC.
okay.
You know?
Yeah.
City.
That's it. And so the question goes back as we broke. How was it? What was the inspiration to get this all going?
I think we all have different inspiration that drives us. Mine personally is opioid addiction. My father died of an accidental overdose. And so any way that I can raise awareness to people to try something different that's natural, I'm going to do that. So that's my drive. I mean, that's where...
I just want to add something this morning I saw on the news. Just in June, there was a 30% increase in opioid-related deaths. That's messed up.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
because
really
they've been
is.
isolated,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
They
Can-
probably lost their job, maybe.
Something like that. You know, I mean, there's a
Yeah.
million things that probably could have contributed to it, but if we could have had maybe more, you know, if they could use marijuana in a different,
Yes.
several different forms,
Yes.
Right.
maybe that would have been avoided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have
One
been
of that-
avoided.
And
Yep.
you talking about the veteran stuff, my brother committed suicide. He was a veteran that suffered from PTSD.
Yes.
Tried all kinds of things to get help.
Yes.
And if only
Yeah.
he had that. And we have
Actually,
one of our yeah.
Charities that we're given to is called Battle Buddy, and it's a product made to help with PTSD, anxiety,
Excellent.
Right.
And that's what I
depression.
saw. Like, I saw you guys on Facebook, and I saw it was like seizures. What's the second one? PTSD.
PTSD.
We have
Depression.
yeah.
And you know, yeah, and so for me, it's PTSD. Oh, it's a battle buddy thing. Okay, that's why I was like, hey, I want to be a part of this, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because 22 veterans die a day of committed
Yeah,
suicide.
yeah, it's
Committing
horrible.
suicide.
That is true.
It's horrible.
22
We
veterans
have
a
a
day.
speaker that
Yeah.
developed Battle Buddy. He'll be there
awesome.
telling his
That's
story,
great.
which is pretty
Can't wait to
pretty
meet
good.
him.
And yeah, I mean, we all have. I think we all have been in the cannabis business or industry since the beginning, and we all see a need to raise awareness for that cannabis is a medicine, and that we need to spend more money on research and things like that.
Right.
Dad here is the ambassador for the walk,
Yes.
and he can tell why do you do this, Dad?
Well, I haven't been in the industry since the beginning, but a year and a half ago, I moved in with Michael here, and he kind of talked to me about it a little bit. I couldn't walk from his front door to the mailbox and back. I'd have to stop. The tremors were so bad in my legs that I'd just have to stop and get them under control. And he started talking to me about cannabis, and I had thought about it before, but he got me started on RSO, and I started taking it every night. It took a while to find the right RSO for me. That's one thing that I'm really wanting to help with and be involved in, having more research so we don't have to go try everything out there
Yes.
to find out
We're
what works
doing
for
Yes.
us.
our own research at home,
Yeah.
trying to figure this stuff out, and it'd be nice if there was someone to help, a professional.
And all these politicians are seeing all the benefits of all this money coming in from our industry. And where are they? Are they supporting this industry?
Right.
No.
No,
And
they're
so
not.
that's something we also need, guys. We need you guys to come out to this walk. Be
Yes.
in the dispensaries, be in these local businesses. This is the next generation of Oklahoma. So if you're
Sure
either
is.
with
It
us
And
or
the
against
next
us.
generation of health in
That's right.
general, in my
And thanks for
opinion.
coming back.
It sure
Yes.
is.
I appreciate
I
you
enjoy
coming.
it. I'm
Yes.
trying to get the word out the best I can about it. And that is, now I actually went to my cardiologist, which, about the time I started, I had a visit with him. He did blood tests and everything, and I was real toxic. Had all kinds of toxins in my blood and everything. Well, I went back first part of July, and they did another blood test. It comes back, everything's even. It's all
That's
perfect.
awesome. It's done.
And he came up and gave me a big hug, and he said, I don't know how you did it, but
Keep doing it.
there, keep doing it. And he knows that I'm taking RSO every night, and he's all for it. He kind of encouraged me more and more for it. So.
And doctors are also put in a position too because they have to have licenses with the state, and so if they're pushing something right that could get them in trouble, then they lose how they feed their family.
And it's
You know, and
also,
so doctors kind of have to be that neutral place, which is wrong because you're proof, right? Your husband's proof that it really happens.
Right.
It does.
There's all this politics within the medical.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, in the medical field to where they
Let me,
don't want
let me regulate
to.
my own medicine.
Yes,
I mean,
individual
I
rights.
gotta know-
I know what's
how
best
your
for
body
my
feels.
body at all times.
For one thing, they need to start putting that we have an endocannabinoid system in the
Yes.
health books.
Yes.
Right.
And so that it's normal to
Yes.
know that when we feed that, we balance out. And that's probably exactly what happened for him with his tox stuff.
Right.
It's ridiculous that it's
happened
not
with the
in there.
cancer
It's
and
been
cancer
30
stops.
years since they found it. It's time for it to go in the health books.
Yes, it is.
And you know, a lot of
No, you're right.
You
You're
go to
absolutely
your
right.
doctor's
Yes.
office.
have no clue
It's not going
what
away.
they're talking about.
Cannabis
What
is
about
not
that?
going away.
They have no
They're not making it illegal
Yeah, no.
again.
No, they don't.
They don't. They have no
They have
idea.
no
They have
idea
no
what
clue.
that
And it's
is.
like, here I'm telling you, you're making the
What
big
if-
bucks.
if
You're
you
charging me
use your
$250
cannabis,
to
all
sit
that
here.
Yeah.
I'm giving you free education. Where's my cut?
July 17th. That's all we can really say is come on out to the park.
Yes.
We've got a
Yes.
tremendous array of
Bring your friends, bring your kids.
love and sunshine.
Everybody,
And
bring
Dogs?
your grandma,
Everything.
bring
Yes,
your
I pet dogs, yes.
Pets,
Yes.
pet friendly.
Yes.
Yes.
We have,
Bring your lemurs.
bring your lemurs. There you go. Your spider monkeys. Your cats on a
Yes.
leash.
And
Dogs on a leash.
There's
everything.
also a
pigs.
rally
Ooh,
happening,
puppy.
right?
Yes, and that is the last Friday of July, July
Okay.
30th, I believe, is the date.
Okay, 30
of it,
July.
and that is March on the OMMA. There's going to be multiple locations.
Okay.
Awesome.
But
Yeah.
primarily it's going to be driven towards the OMMA
I
and,
heard about
and just all. It was supposed to be the 14th, but Ron Durbin, who was one of the organizers of it, just his workload is just overwhelming. I'm sure at times
sure.
with all the things that he covers, and you know the Pitchfork for Pieheads organization, led by Daryl Carnes.
yeah, he's DC
Yes.
Live.
Yes,
yeah.
DC Live
yeah.
and everything. Mary Jane.
Yeah.
He's a big guy in helping get it
Yeah.
together and getting the
He was
word
runner
out.
up in Green Grove Fest for the top advocate.
I mean, he's
Which,
one of he's
number
one of the-
one is Old School and Co.
One of the
Right.
he's
Yes,
one of
it
the best
was.
people out here as far as advocating
was
for a
there.
patient and
Me
trying
too.
to help people. He really
You were
is.
there
So
too.
he's a good guy.
Love
He is.
him.
I love
Love
him.
him.
He's great.
So you can follow on Facebook on that with the Pitchfork for Pieheads. There's always something on there updating you about something that's going on, whether it's
Yes.
emergency rule changes or legislative issues that are going on
Yes.
or whatnot. So
And tonight I will be with a bunch of Republicans, grassroots, who are also mad at what's going on in our state, who, you know, aren't the people that are against us, they're the good people. And so
Yay,
that's,
good people.
you know, yeah. And so that's what I bring, like, hey, guys, this is what we're doing on Saturday. You know, we're not those
Right.
stoners, just what they make us out to be. We're just professionals.
Regular Oklahomans.
You know, health issues happened and we want to get better and the doctors didn't help us. So we
Yes.
find alternative ways. And so, you know, I'm going to talk about the walk there and just hopefully they start to open up to us.
Yes.
I think
know?
that if we
They will.
put out, you know, the big, you know, when a tornado hits and everybody comes out and they fix things and they get people's houses. It's the Oklahoma standard. It's our natural ability in the state or ID in the state
Get
to go and
together.
help others.
Yes.
Right.
That needs to be, you know, recognized in
Yes.
this industry by
Yes.
the politicians.
Instead of the
That's right.
divide.
Because we do a lot of good
do.
for a lot of people.
There's
And
always
I've
something
seen
going
some-
on for
I've
someone.
seen some amazing
Yes.
things.
Not for the
happen.
Behind the
state,
scenes. you
not
know,
for some big guy.
Right.
No, that's right.
The
And so-
demonizing in the Bible state needs
Yeah.
to be over.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
ironic
Right.
because in Genesis, I think it's chapter 1:10, it talks about the plants that God provides us to make medicine for and heal ourselves.
Yes,
But
God
yet,
does provide.
it's the devil's lettuce.
And the seed was kind, and so it says. And so July 17th, we need you to come on out to the Relax Park. We'll get you to and fro. We'll do all that kind of
Yes.
stuff for you. It's going to be a great time. We want to thank our guest, Karen Schobert, and
Thank
Kim
you, guys.
Hughes, and Michael Miller, and Steve Miller, and as always, the wonderful co-host, me, as Tracy Diane Show, Tokelahoma. You want to say, lead us out of here, Tracy?
Great. See you Saturday.
Great.
See you Saturday.
See ya.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you guys so much.
Ooh, no,
That
thank
was
you.
good.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yes.